Hi, I'm Ralph Wallace. I'm the CEO of CyberSpatiale, and we are an IPv6 company. We actually build a product to facilitate people, to enable them to get to IPv6, both across the IPv6 Internet and also within their enterprises. One of the reasons why I'm here for the blockchain conference. One of the reasons that I've been involved with IPv6 sufficiently is that for 9 years, I was the Internal Revenue Service IPv6 Transition Manager. Now, what does that mean? There was a mandate, still existing, within the U.S. government that all federal agencies transition to IPv6. During the time from 2005 until today, yes, I know, 19 years. During that time, I was very successful with transitioning the IRS infrastructure from 90,000 workstations, 40,000 servers across 512 sites in the United States of the IRS and getting them to IPv6. One of those things where people kind of went, well, wait a minute, you actually did that? And yes, I did. And before I retired from the federal service, I was invited to become a member of the executive committee of the Federal IPv6 Task Force. During that executive committee, I helped form the latest memo that's in place for the U.S. government to get to IPv6 only by 2025. So on the IPv6 forum, our goal on the forum as a nonprofit organization is to establish collaboration across academia, technology, and so private-public. Go academia, go to vendors, and go to the governments, whether it's local, native, federal, doesn't matter. Establish collaboration and sharing of lessons learned so that people can find out what's the least risk, highest opportunity to accomplish your IPv6 transition. Challenges for IPv6 adoption, skill sets. One of the things is that many CIOs, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, this is a normal thing. People say, I don't have the people that understand IPv6. Either they don't have experience, they don't have the training, they don't have, name it off. So when you say skill sets, the best thing we can do is you start with IPv6 with somebody that understands IPv6 and just start doing it and let people learn on the job. Now, learn on the job. I'm not saying that someone's going to open up massive holes in cybersecurity, but you still allow them to learn on the job because there's not a lot of people who understands IPv6. When I first started back in the early 2000s, there was maybe 2,000 worldwide SMEs, and I was one of them, which scares the heck out of me. But here you go, and today, there's probably about 7,000 to 8,000. And one of the things that we try to do for those of us who've been around with some gray hair, we'd like to mentor those and mentor the people so that they understand that we've got the scars on our backs. We've got that, we got that corporate knowledge. We've got the school of hard knocks. So if you're going to learn how to do something, you can talk to us. We'll help you out. And that's another reason why I'm a subject matter expert currently under another U.S. government agency helping them transition to IPv6, especially in the cloud environments with both Azure and AWS. Web3 is a great concept, but it's not a standard. There are other standards like Semantic Web, which is Web 2.0. And so even though we're talking Web3 as a concept, it's brilliant, right? Don't get me wrong, but make sure it's a concept that does not have a standard alongside of it. Try to define things that are amorphous. Sometimes it's difficult from a technology perspective. But IPv6, standard, RFC 8200 out of the Internet Engineering Task Force. It's there, it works fine. There's about 256 other RFCs out there to support IPv6. So blockchain on top of the network. You got to use the network in order to get to the components of blockchain. So if you're talking about getting to the components and you're using the IPv6 internet to do it, that's the best way to do it, so to verify that the packets are getting to the right people at the right time. What's nice about it is the fact that I'm here talking to people on the blockchain and BSV and in-chain and, just et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We need to get people on top of the IPv6 protocol. Now, when I say on top of, whether it's on the internet or whether it's inside your enterprise, use it. As soon as you use it, you're going to realize, why haven't we been doing this before? One of the things that was funny, I was talking to somebody who said, you need to configure their server for IPv6. I said, no, you're going to configure the server for IPv6. Why? Because I don't do servers. I know I can do it, but you're the person in charge of the servers. And so the guy went, okay. Well, he calls me up the next day and goes, why didn't you tell me it was that easy? I went, you needed to find out by yourself. And this is that's the anecdote, if anything, I could give to anybody watching this right now. Do it. Just do it. And once you've done it, you're going to go, why didn't people tell me it was this easy? You do engineering rigor. You do risk management. You do, okay, if this happens, what do? There's mitigation processes, all of that stuff. But once you've started it out with good technical background, you're going to be fine. You're going to find out, why didn't we already do this?